Hello and welcome everyone to Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Oman. I have allergies and I just sneezed several times, so if I sound congested and nasally, that's why. So let's just go around and let other people talk so that you don't have to hear me talk like this. I'll be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hassenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hassenpfeffers, a nobleman, a warlock, a prism of power scheme master, and I'm probably gonna sneeze again. So, Igor, how are you doing, Shiny Pilot?
Hi, I'm Shiny Pilot, here to play Igor. He is a half-orc butler to Lindy's character, the monster, so he'll be talking a bit like this, and he's a hunchback too, don't you forget. So, yeah, I'm excited to play tonight, and I look forward to eating all the food. There's
Excellent.
food, right?
Excellent. Very good. Let's hop on over to our wizard, D20 coup de grace. How are you?
Yes, that's me. I am playing the Hobgoblin Wizard, and I believe we might be in a bit of trouble.
Only a bit. Someone who's never in a bit of trouble. Nuggetosaurus. She just is trouble. How are you doing tonight?
Apparently, I'm trouble. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I play Hal the Shifter Fighter, and we're fighting some mini dragons right now, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be. So, speaking of interesting, we've got producer Travis.
Yeah, I got a pocket full of sunshine, Lindy, and I'm happy to be here. I'm playing the Kalishtar rogue, Lamont Quinlan, who's doing fine. It's a bright, beautiful, sunshining day, and he feels like $1.5 million. He can see clearly now the rain is gone, and he can see all obstacles in his way. So we're ready to get it on.
Excellent. That sounds pretty great. Yeah, it'll be fine. Speaking of pretty great, we've got our dungeon master for this evening. Deception check. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I don't mean to rain on Lamont's parade there after that nice intro, but it is actually still storming outside. The rain has not gone, and there are clouds in your way. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
but
great.
But yeah, I'm at Deception Check. I run this crazy Monday night adventure where these five fine adventurers attempt to discern what the hell is going on in Oman and maybe make some money out of it. Money's at Exandria, an adventure in Oman is based upon the world of Tal'Dorei, created by Matt Mercer. The Wizards of a Coast Adventure, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and the DM Guild supplement Dragon Heist Forgotten Tales by Will Doyle, James Heck, and James Introcaso. We've mushed it around, spun it out, and turned it into something that's a jambalaya of goodness for everyone here. And with that, we will jump into where we were last week. The group decided to do a little bit of reconnaissance while Harlan, on his own, decided to secure transport out of the city of Amman because he's afraid that the Archmage Benarvin will come down on them with all the power that an Archmage has. Probably wise. He secured passage on a perfectly legitimate sailing vessel, the Aquaholic. Oh, I'm sorry, the Aquadesiac.
Yes.
The Aquaholic is a sister ship. Sailing across the Osman Ocean to Maquette. And hopefully, if they can get their ducks in a row in a week, well, they'll be able to take that 300 gold trip he scheduled. If not, well, we'll just have to see what happens then. The others, however, staked out the vault that they've been searching for, the Ammonian Reserve. It has a bit of an enchantment on it because as soon as you turn away, you forget why you're there. Hal found out the hard way as she was knocking on the door, asking if she could open up an account, turned around after being told no, and forgot why she was there and went home. Well before anyone else did. So that's where we catch everyone after their scouting party is done. We're back at the Temple of Inspired Hands, in the room of Wendell Hassenpfeffer. There's a lot of other names in there, but I'm not going to repeat them all. They were just showing all the written records of their scouting mission when 3 gold coins that happened to appear out of nowhere and fall to the ground near them while scouting turned into little golden dragons, which escaped Hal's grasp and are now flying about the room ready to attack. I need each and every one of you to please roll initiative. All right, Harlan Flipcloak with an 8. Lamont Quinlan with a natural 1 for a 4.
One.
Igor for a 12.
We are very surprised.
Yes,
18.
Wendell? 18 for the snobby noble lord.
I'm a snotty
14
noble lord
for
right
me.
now.
And 14. So we have Wendell, Hal, Igor, Harlan. Everyone's enjoying the combat music right now. All right. So right off the bat, with an initiative of 22, one
Oh,
of
no.
the little golden dragon. These are barely a foot long, very thin and wiry, with fast moving, almost hummingbird wings that keep it aloft. It glitters in the same color as the gold coin in which it came from, supposedly. Little tendrils of smoke coming out of its mouth as it zooms around, and it does a drive-by over the table where everything was written out, all the paperwork that was associated, not the book that still is in Wendell's hands,
Yes.
and it lets loose a cone of fire.
How rude.
All right. So, whereabouts in the room is everyone located?
I think we're all around the table.
I'm obviously
Okay.
right next to Wendell in case he needs me.
All right. So, is
Yes.
everyone facing Wendell on
Yes.
one side, or are you just all around the table? All around the table?
I think
Okay.
all
Okay.
around the table. And
Yeah.
facing Wendell, though, around the table?
Okay.
I
So, what I'm going to do is I want everyone to roll a D100, and we'll see which side of the table you guys are on.
98.
84, 98, 84, 98,
66.
66.
66.
I also got a
Number of the
66.
Okay. At 87, another 66. So that's how.
Y'all rolled
Lamont.
really high. If this was Call of Cthulhu, we'd all be dead right now.
Yes, every one of you would be dead. Harlan. Lindy, what was yours?
98.
98. Okay. That was Wendell.
I rolled really high.
Okay,
Y'all
so
hanging out on the same side of the table.
all right, so we're gonna have Harlan, Wendell, and Igor are all on one side of the table,
Makes
and
sense.
then Lamont and Howell are staring daggers at each other on the same side of this table. They're on the side where the fire happens for this time.
Oh.
So I need dexterity saving throws from both Howell and Lamont. Okay, Lamont with a 24 dexterity saving throw.
6.
6. Okay, you fail. Lamont passes. All right, and okay, Lamont, you take 5 points of fire damage. How will you take 10? Everything on the table is now alit with flame.
Ugh.
It is burning. Their edges are starting to blacken. They're not charred yet, but they are burning.
How d-
And that was his turn. Wendell, that means you're now up.
Yes. I immediately whip out my handkerchief. And these little flying gold dragons, they have to go down. So I'm going to flick flick. Because this is my first time trying the double flick.
The double flick. That's right. Everyone here is 5th level.
So
Power
Nice.
levels have increased.
It's like a double backhand.
yeah, so I'm gonna try to hit, I think, 2 different dragons, just to, because I don't
Okay.
know how strong they are. They're really tiny, so Wendell is like, maybe. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh Oh, my spell attack went up because our proficiency went up. So that's going to be
Yes.
a 19 and a 21.
Both hit.
One takes 7, one takes 8.
Okay. Okay, so both look to be damaged
Okay.
now. Almost significantly damaged
Okay.
from your attack. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Huff indignantly at the nerve of these little golden creatures.
Howl, you're on fire. Your clothing is singed. The papers in front of you are singed and burning.
Yeah.
There's 3 little buzzing
Yeah.
bastards around your head.
I'm gonna pull out my axe and swing at one of them.
Okay. Okay.
One.
Oh, no.
You swing your axe at this thing as it flits by. It's the one that was burning the table, and you just embed it into the table. And you have to
Okay.
spend your bonus action to wrench your axe because it's nice and clean and sharp now. It's sunk in there really deep. You got to wrench it out of there. You'll be ready to attack your next round, but you get 2 attacks,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you use your bonus action to pull it out, but you still have another attack.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
I'm not going to make you like slice Lamont in half or anything.
Okay, that's better. That's a 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
To hit who?
Plus 4,
Oh,
so
to
that's
hit-
7.
7 damage. Which one were you aiming at?
The one closest to me.
Okay, that's one that has not gone yet. It looks in terrible shape.
Cool.
Absolute terrible shape.
That's it.
Okay. And that's your turn? All right. Igor.
Women seeing everything burst into flames. You go, first of all, put out the fire. And he's kind of flailing around a bit and trying to snuffle the fire a bit with his feather duster. So, I mean,
Oh, okay.
Roll to put out
Wiggle.
fire.
I was gonna say, unless Wendell guides him otherwise, he's gonna try and put out the fire.
Okay.
Roll for it. What do you need to roll?
You know what? It's not like you cannot be able to smother these things out. I mean, it's just paper
Well,
that's got a lot of. So you
It-
spend
it
your
is
turn.
equal. I could make it worse.
I imagine that you, as an excellent servant with the powers vested in you by your master, you know how to
Big
put
wigs,
out a
big
small
show.
fire.
Okay.
So, how do you put out the fire?
Oh, obviously, I'll grab the largest glass of liquid on the table and I'll toss it on the papers.
Okay, the largest glass of liquid on the table. Now, I know you had gravy in your bag of holding, the satchel of
I'm
containing.
gonna gravy it. Yes, that's a great idea.
Okay, so you access the gravy and pour it all over
He'll
the
grab the
table.
bag and he'll think gravy and he'll be slinging gravy
There,
everywhere.
I will say, remind you, there's a wash basin full of water that I have been sipping next to us on the table.
I like the gravy idea.
Okay.
Gravy everywhere.
Okay.
Everybody's
Fine.
getting gravy.
No, gravy's probably better because you can press the digitate it off.
At least
Water
it's
kind
not
of
scalding
sinks
hot.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
Use the magic of the duster!
Gravy is
He's
everywhere.
Gravy
You
is
can no
fucking
longer
gravy everywhere.
you can no longer see the papers that were
Harlan,
on.
if you're screaming, use the duster, it'll be like gravy in your mouth. It's like, use the duster.
Okay, following that up is one of the other little dragonlings. It makes a dive for Wendell's spellbook.
How dare
It's
it
going to
attack
grab-
my tome?
It's going to grab hold of the tome and try and flit away with it. I need an opposed athletics roll.
Oh boy! I'm hoping this tiny thing isn't super strong.
Okay.
Well, it is a dragon.
That's true. I got a 15. That's really good
It-
for me.
It got a 15 as well.
Okay, so
And
we're just
so the
tug of
two of-
warring.
The two of you are tug of warring with your book now. So that's its turn.
What? Why am I envisioning you like having a cat on a chew toy and you're like playing tug of war with the cat? It's like, yeah. Little teeth
But
and like
it's
whiskers
like
back.
this big.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Harlan, it's now your turn.
Hey, what the hell is going on? He's going to
They're not gold coins. Give me my book back.
Mostly everything's on fire. Well,
and attempt to touch one of the dragons flying about.
Okay, you're going to touch one.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. All right, which one were you attempting to touch? One flew over the table and burned everything. One's attacking the book that Wendell's holding, and there's another one that's kind of flitting off to the side.
Well, that one hasn't acted yet. Let's try that one.
Okay, you attack that one, and it just erupts into little tiny shards of gold and sprays all over the room.
Oops.
You have killed it outright.
Can we finish off with this?
Trying.
Lamont, it is your turn now.
I want to die for the book.
How
You're
dare
gonna
you?
die for Wendell's book.
Yeah, I want to take a big flying leap, jump over the table, and leap toward the book.
Okay, you're jumping over the table, or you're jumping like off of the table?
I think I'm on the opposite side of the table.
Okay.
Unless I misunderstood. So yeah,
Yes.
like, you know,
Do you trudge through gravy to get to the book?
yes. As
Okay.
Gone Shooting by AC/DC cues up, and I want to remind everyone that Lamont is always drawn by Todd McFarlane, so he just looks like a complete, raggedy monster, and he's gonna leap. He's gonna put his boot on the table and leap toward the book in an effort to grab it from both of them.
Okay. Because you're putting your boot on the table and the table is covered with gravy, I'm going to make you make one roll just to see if there's any
It's fair.
problem.
Gravy is
roll
fair.
for gravy traction.
I'm familiar with gravy enough to respect this decision as a DM.
It's just a dexterity save.
How could one possibly predict
It's
this?
a low. Okay, that's fine. You have no issue. Your time as that which stalks the night has given you uncanny balance, and you step on the gravy as if it was just bird poop on a rooftop, and you go and dive towards the book. Are you trying to pull the book away or the dragon away?
The book.
Okay, opposed athletics against Wendell. Both of you need to roll your athletics.
I'm sure this will be great with our extraordinarily high athletic scores. Got a 9.
Okay, Lamont yanks the book away.
Put
From
him on my
Wendell.
list when I get my book back.
So you now have the book, but the little dragon. Let me see if the little dragon stays hold of it. No, the little dragon gets yanked away too, and so Lamont, you are the sole owner of Wendell's book now. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I want to run circles around the room, giving everyone a chance to smash these dragons, and I want to like roll dodge and all that. I'm not sure the order of operations here.
Okay, so okay,
full dodges around the room.
I believe as a rogue
And
you
flip
have
over everything.
Yeah, I think you can take the dodge action as a bonus.
Yeah.
So you're fine. All right, we're back.
Daredevil leaping over everything like it's the damn Olympics.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to imagine 4 people
This
around a table,
scene.
little dragons, Lamont spinning
Gravy.
around, gravy everywhere.
A tug of war was
It's
just
double.
ended.
This is wonderful.
There's a
Like, this
hole
is
in the
way-
table.
More than I ever thought it would be. Back at the top of the initiative, I need to roll to see. Oh, good. That was a 5. So the first dragon did the drive-by. This time, he's going to do a drive-by and try and hit Lamont with the book and everyone who is over there with him. So I'm going to roll a D100 to see which side of the table he's on to see who gets fire. Okay. Low is Igor and Wendell, and Harlan. And high is Hal. That's a 21. So it's going to be
Us 3.
4 of you guys. That is a dexterity save for Wendell, Igor, Harlan, and Lamont. Harlan fails.
Muted for stream. I got a 15.
I got a natural 1.
All right, so Wendell's the only one that passes. You will take half of 7 damage.
I got a 20.
You rolled twice.
Damn it.
Your first roll was a 13.
How dare you? Notice that.
Actually, I'm sorry. 13 was the DC. You still pass anyway. So Wendell and Lamont take half of 7, while Igor and Harlan.
Actually,
Yes.
Harlan also takes half as he foresees the fire and he throws up his cloak.
Ah.
He has fire resistance because of his cloak.
Okay, that's fine. So there you go. The only person that takes full fire, full 7, is Igor.
Because I'm flailing the bag of holding and gravy whipping everywhere.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Now,
Okay, so how much damage did you have?
7 fire.
7. Thank you.
Wendell,
Yes.
the book has been engulfed in flame. What happens when your tome is engulfed in the burning fire of dragons?
That's an excellent question. Let me look
What?
under my features and traits.
It reforms itself in my hands.
I wish. Let me see you.
Am I engulfed?
Oh yeah, you're all 4 of you were engulfed in fire from this little thing. It's amazing. It's a 10-foot square of just burning fire.
Would you say that this book is destroyed at this point? Ruined, so to speak? Beyond saving?
Well, see, I don't know. You know, that's your patron's gift to you.
It is.
Is rather magical in a way.
It is
But this is
indeed.
dragon fire.
Yes.
Are you saying that it's not as substantial as we might have thought?
I'm imagining it a book from an aboleth. It might.
It's probably the skin of humans.
It's a very fine. I don't know if you can see it with the green screen. It's a very
Yes.
fine, almost fish-like or reptilian-like tome. It's probably the skin of fishmen. Honestly, let's be real.
We probably met a few of them in the Underdark.
We probably did. So it's a high-grade Kuatoa skin.
Yes.
So it's probably feels a bit damp on high humidity days.
True. But it seems that when it dries out, though, it cracks and flakes away very quickly.
You have to keep it moisturized.
So I believe it's quite dry. So I believe what we're saying here is it flakes away into dust in the hands
probably
of Lamont.
maybe it's flakes away, but then like the tome kind of starts to crack like dry skin, and then the inside kind of liquefies and evaporates. Aboleth.
And in your head, you hear a scream almost.
Yeah.
Lamont, there's nothing in your hands anymore.
I feel
And
pain.
then I scream.
I clutch at my chest, and I scream as well. No!
Yeah.
Okay.
I look at Lamont, and I pinch out the end of my mustache.
Which had a little bit of fire on it.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
What'd you do?
What did I do? You. He seems pained and angry. Is it my turn?
Well, let's go with that because it's your turn now, Wendell.
Flick, flick, and then just walking towards Lamont, almost as if, because I'm blaming Lamont, because I had the situation under control until
Of
he took my
course.
book out of my hands. So just double flick as I walk over to him and the ashes.
Both at Lamont.
Book. No, at the dragons. Flick, flick.
Oh, okay.
I-
All right. I was
tempted.
wondering.
tempted, but no. I mean, I should just roll
That's
2
fair.
d20s.
That is fair.
Okay, does a 18 hit?
Yes, an 18 will
Okay,
hit.
and then the 22 will definitely hit, so.
All right, so roll your damage.
An 8 and a 7.
Okay. The second one, which was the one that was fighting for the book, explodes into shards of little bits of gold.
And I will
While the first one, who has been firebombing you guys, looks to be on its last wing.
Like, and I walk over to the crusted, maybe skin leavings on the floor before the rest evaporated, and just say, Igor, make sure that thing doesn't get out of here alive. And I just clutch some of the scales in my hands, and I look up at Lamont.
Howl. There's a lot of emotions going on right now.
Apparently.
Yeah, doesn't make a lot of
Yeah.
sense. But there's gravy on the table and a little dragon still flitting around. What do you want to do?
I don't like gravy. Gravy's gross, man.
I agree.
I'm gonna walk
don't
over to this
disagree.
little dragon. And I'm gonna swing at it. For a 19.
Oh, that's a hit.
Sweet.
It doesn't matter. It had 1 health. It's dead.
It was so close.
Okay. Well, it would have been 9 damage. So
All right, you cleave it in twain.
sweet.
And 2 little, it flutters there for a little bit, kind of like just splitting a half, and then it just kind of falls to the ground into 2 pieces of a split coin, and you're all out of initiative.
I'll walk
Where's it going?
picks up one of the half-charred, gravy-covered papers, lifts it up, and just says, I used to live with goblins, and I've never seen such chaos.
Eagle will dutifully go about and put out any other fires and start cleaning with the feather duster. Feather duster, it's prestidigitation.
Okay. Gravy quickly dissipates from the table, leaving the remains of the gravy-soaked papers, the notes.
And your clothes, of course. I'll, prestidigitate those.
Right. There are gravy stains. It caused the ink to bleed in a lot of places. And while you've removed the gravy, it doesn't change what happened to the ink on the pages. Most of it is illegible. The book is gone.
Oh,
I want your hands hurting.
Most of what happened to your face whiskers?
Oh, they're still there. It's just the tip was.
I'm just imagining it's singed a little bit. Igor will do the mom thumb and lick his finger and reach over.
And I'll just don't touch me. Scrape up bits of scales that I can.
Mosh, would you like me to save that for later?
What
No.
was that?
Be more specific, Harlan.
Where did those gold dragons come from?
The sky. They fell from the sky.
It's just
And
I guess that's typically where they do come from, but they just seem to appear here.
well, we were at
What, a
the
monkey dragon?
bank. Several of us. And he looks over and he goes, though they may nod for him coal, heard a gold coin land on the ground and picked it up. No one nearby had dropped a coin. No one was above us. I assumed they flew over, shape-shifted into coins, and came with in an attempt to destroy all of our physical evidence of this bank existing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a very important ritual I need.
Interesting security system.
Oh, does this mean we need to get rid of all of our coins?
No, Igor, it does not.
What if they're dragons? Igor's going to start looking suspiciously at anybody's coins purse.
Just pick up every little speck of gold you can find in the room. Have it smelted down later.
As you wish, Master. And Eagle will get on his hands and knees and start looking under desks, under chairs, through gravy puddles, trying to find flecks of gold.
Okay, give me an investigation.
If they're little flecks, he's doing the
Yeah,
he's
give me
getting the little pieces and making a little pile.
give me an investigation check, and let's see how well you're doing.
Okay, rolling. You see
Not
me
in this
rolling my blue dice. I have a -1, so that's a 6.
6. You find about 25% of the shards available in the room.
The other 75% in my hand is breadcrumbs and gravy bits.
Yes. Dust bunnies,
Okay.
breadcrumbs,
He saves it all.
leavings of Wendell's voracious appetite recently.
Okay, he'll save it all for later.
But you retain your memory of this place, Wendell.
Yes. I'm just getting like pulling out things, like getting. I'm just. I think I have walked out, gone to Igor's room, gathered all the candles, come back, and I'm starting to just put them in a circle on the floor. My room.
I slip away and follow Wendell.
Yeah, you can follow me
okay.
while I'm getting
Yeah,
candles. I'm probably going to your
yeah.
room and take your candles too.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Well, you're stealing my candles. What do you want to do with my candles?
I'm getting my book back.
Can I watch?
You're the reason I lost it in the first place!
Well, sure, so I should be there.
No! You ought to never touch my book again!
I don't want to touch it. I just want to watch you get it back.
Why?
I want to see how you do it.
I'm sorry. I hand him a pamphlet. I'm like, you can watch when you sign up.
No, I've seen the pamphlet. I want to watch you do it.
It's
Why
privy
not?
to Prism of Power members only. It's a secret ritual.
Does it not work if somebody watches you do it?
No, it works, but it's a secret Prism of Power people only.
Is it harder for you to do it if someone's watching?
No! I'm doing it in front of people all the time.
Well, really? Then what's the problem?
Tell me more.
What's the problem? I don't
You
see
have
what
to
the
be a
hesitation
member
is.
of the Prism of
person that's
Power.
with me?
Are you in the Prism of Power?
Am I in the prism of power? I was in a prism of power. I was in a pyramid of power.
No. This isn't a pyramid scheme. Were you in?
And earlier I was in a rectangle of power.
Have you joined the Prism of Power? I checked the pamphlet under, like, real close to your...
No, I haven't joined your cool power thing. No.
It's a trip. Now, our trip. You can only bear witness to the secret ritual if you're a member of this Prism of Power.
How do I join the prism of power?
You haven't read the pamphlet, have you? The information is all
skimmed
there.
it. Nobody reads anymore. They skim.
I did put pictures in there too. Those either.
You did. The formatting's nice, but I didn't get to the point of it. No. What do I got to do? You get my everlasting soul, or what's the deal?
Oh, I don't.
Just
No,
like my income?
No, you actually usually get more income after joining the Prism of Power.
That's fun.
You only get 10% of the
So there's a success doctrine.
Oh, it's the higher up, the earlier you join, the more wealth and power and gain you get in the Prism.
Is that why you're broke?
I shall have you know I'm at the top of the Prism of Power, and I have gained so much since joining. I'm not
So it's
broke.
like more like a pyramid. It's more like a pyramid of power
No,
where
it's a
you're at the
prism.
top, and then there's people. A prism?
It's a prism. You know,
Is it
it's
shaped
that
like a
triangle.
triangle?
Yes, it is shaped like a triangle.
Uh-huh. Right. I've seen
Yes.
those. It's also called a pyramid, and there's people at the top, and then they get 2 friends,
Yes.
and they get 4
Yes,
friends.
everyone just
they get 8
recruited 2
friends.
people. It's a trickle-up power effect.
It doesn't really work. It's more of a
I
manipulation
promise
technique
you.
to
No, I promise it
pull
works.
IP down fast and early.
It does.
or-
It definitely works. You can ask other members of the Prism of Power. They've so
VC
very
money.
much joined. They've gained so much since joining.
Have they?
Yes.
So I have to join your funky little Mickey Mouse Club
What?
just to.
Excuse you. There's no mice.
It's a very obscure reference. I have to join your little super cool after school fun time secret club.
Some of our
in order
members
to
do
watch you
attend
get your book
school to
back.
pursue themselves a better education. They weren't able
Do
to
I
do
have to
so
do it?
before. Yes.
Do I have to do it to watch you get your book back?
Yes.
No, I'm not doing it.
Well, then fine. You don't get to watch me get my book back.
It's weird. No, it's weird. It's
No.
weird, and you're making it weird because I could just be able to watch you just out of like. You don't have any children. Like you got to pass this on to somebody.
Yes, my heirs, when they do come after I have a very good marriage match, which has not yet happened because I have plenty of time, they will join the Prism of Power as well.
Just seems like someone who is talented and capable, a master of the black arts as yourself, should just be able to do this without so much privacy or perceived insecurity.
You're trying to goad me, and it's not working.
Okay. How about money? Do you like money? Does money interest you? Are you a money motivated individual?
Well, as a nobleman with lots of money, I definitely do enjoy having it. Yes.
So you have money. It's not
Yes,
something you're...
so much money. I just need more to expand.
Can I have some of the money?
Why do you want my money?
I'm just kidding. I don't want your money. I
Good.
want to watch you get the book back. Is it too late?
Grab
Have
another
I
one
talked
of
you
his
through?
candles. Stick. Just grab another one of his candles.
And I just like completely like pester, like freshman year pester Wendell. I just don't
He's so
drop it.
mad at you.
I don't let it go.
Wendell looks maybe the most incensed you've seen him by the time he walks back into the room with an armful of candles. He just starts circling them up.
All right, so I will remind you that everyone is in your room.
Yes. I need you all to leave.
You about to perform a ritual?
Yes.
This is his very secret time. He likes to be alone, if you know what I mean. Wait.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Sure, but I would like to remind you
We
that
are in a church. I just remembered that. And I pick up all the candles that I just put down on the floor.
What,
Why can't you
what's
do it
wrong?
in a church?
Why can't you be in a church, Master?
Oh,
Yeah, what he said.
I can be in... Look, I am in church. Some places don't like it when you perform magic rituals in there that aren't from their deity. I don't follow this church specifically. I follow a better one.
be quite taboo, I believe.
They might not appreciate it. I don't want to anyone off, so grab the candles. I probably just take the pillowcase off the bed, shove the candles in there, sling it over my shoulder. I'll be back.
Before midnight.
Yes, before midnight. What time is it now? Probably, I think it was maybe late afternoon, early evening.
At this point, after you've arrived, it is mid-afternoon, getting into late afternoon.
Okay, I have till midnight. That's fine. I'll be back.
Do you need a place to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, Wendell. You need a place to do it, Wendell. So I can watch.
Oh. Did you have a place in mind? Not that I need one, but if it's closer.
I mean, I own a house.
Oh boy. This is going to be good.
Master, does this
You're not
mean-
welcome in my house right now, Lamont.
I live there.
No, you fucking don't.
Use the F with me.
I just did.
Kiss your mother with that
deal
mouth.
with it. I don't have a mother.
Really? I thought most people did.
I got
I'm
personal.
sure I do, but I have no fucking clue
What?
who or where she is.
Fair point.
How were you just made? Did you just poof into existence?
10 years ago, yeah.
Turn of a phrase. You don't have to get
You
so personal
poofed?
so quickly. It's awkward. So talking about your actual mother. All right. So look, we get a few couple bottle of wine. This sounds like quite a night. Private residence. If it'll talk to a god, or yeah, he's gonna talk to. We're gonna get the book
The
back.
equivalent.
Yeah. I'd go talk to the All Hammer, but he's got a thing tonight, so he and I are gonna catch up. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
Later
I'm
this week.
sure.
Because we hang out all the time now.
I was just going to go back to the Grayskull Shadow. See what's happening there, kill two birds with one stone.
Works too. I can't go back there.
Be very careful.
I
I'm
might
going-
take the back way in.
Yeah.
Wonder if that door's finished.
It might have. I'll look through this paperwork, see if I can make anything of these scribblings.
Well, when I come back with my book, I can make you fresh copies.
Oh, these were copies from the book.
Yes.
And when you have a ritual to return your book to you intact?
It's like a library card.
Impressive, I must say.
I'm a very powerful magic user.
Magic I do not know. You must teach me one
I just slide across a pamphlet.
day. Of course, yes, this
Prism of Power has many benefits.
I just kind of put the pamphlet away.
Okay, so Wendell, you're going to head back to the Grayskull Shadow.
Yes, and I think I'll bring Igor.
Okay. So Igor
Just in
and
case
Wendell.
I get into trouble, I can be like, sick him.
It's still raining out, so there's carriages abound in this particular area because the Eridat quarter is quite active.
I put all the
And with the-
candles into the satchel of containing.
Okay. No problem grabbing a carriage. It'll probably be 30 minutes
Cool.
to get there.
Excellent.
All right. While they're traveling, what's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna go back out to the front porch
Okay.
and sit down and sharpen my blade. Well, this one's probably sharp and nice and pretty, so I'm gonna take out my moon sword, moonbeam, that one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna clean and sharpen that one.
Okay. It's been some time since you've held this sword.
Yeah.
All right. So you sit exactly in the middle of the walkway, in front of the brass double doors, underneath the overhang, out of the rain, and scare everyone walking in as you angrily sharpen your sword. Excellent. Lamont, Harlan, what are you doing?
I suppose I have some free time, so I will sit down and start scribing a scroll.
Oh, excellent. What scroll are you scribing?
Let's go with sending.
Excellent. It will take you a little while to do that. I believe that's a second level spell.
Third.
Third level spell. Okay, sorry. So that will be, I believe that's 6 hours worth of scribing.
I think it depends on your system.
Okay. Well, let's
But-
say 3.
I don't know.
Let's say
Like,
3 hours of work on your scroll to transcribe.
Okay.
Right. That's what I.
Man, okay. I was used to playing a wizard in a different system. Like, I thought it took weeks to scribe a scroll. Okay, whatever.
No,
I'm going to start doing that more often.
go ahead. Lamont. Harlan goes to his room and you hear scribbles on paper and parchment in his room. Wendell and Igor have left to go to the Grayskull Shadow. Howl has walked out. You know not where.
I don't know, follow Howl out and
Okay.
watch Wendell and Igor drive away and sort of watching them drive off. Like, there goes a Sad, strange little man. So you're just gonna sit there and pensively sharpen your the big axe thing there?
This is
Hanging
a
out?
long sword. It's not an axe.
All right. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to buy a book.
You're talking to the wrong person. I can barely read.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go buy a book. Don't leave without me. All right. You're hanging around the hands place, the handy. Gonna get a handy from the hands tower. So have fun with that. I'll be back later.
She says
Okay.
nothing.
All right. Hey, best friends. Get a hand in. Best friends. No?
Continue sharpening her sword.
Nothing? All right. I respect other, moods, self-care. Self-care is important. All right. Listen, I'll catch you later. And he skips off into the dirt and out into the street.
In the rain.
Oh, God.
And the rain. And I want to go buy a blank book. I need to write. I need to start writing things. I need a super book.
Okay. Well, lucky for you, you're in the erudite quarter, which is the home of most of the wizards in Iman. Anyone of magical learning is here, and so there are quite a bit of supply stores for that sort of thing.
Cool.
It does not take you very long to find a book, a store of tomes.
Yes, we'll go into that store of tomes.
Okay.
And
Bring it all back.
It's a lot like Tommy Wiseau buying flowers in the room. It's he doesn't belong there. It's odd. It's hasty. He doesn't match the energy of the room.
Right.
He's
There's
almost frantic enough to be thrown out, but not quite.
It's a strange room. It's a dark store. It's got a kind of like a musky smell to it, as old parchment has, books that have been left on shelves for some time, but were made from some of the old styles way of making paper, and the leather bound covers that encase them. It's hard to walk through here without knocking things over at your size. The books are stacked on the ground, up above your head. They're on shelves. They're on carts. They're on boxes. And there's no natural light here. There's just a small glow, blue, from the back.
Is there anybody working the counter there?
You don't see a counter. All you see is books around you.
Just books and a
But
blue glow.
Blue glow from the back.
I want to is it dark in here?
It's not pitch dark, but it is shadowy. You feel at home.
All right, I'll make my way toward the blue glow.
Okay. You wind your way through several stacks of books, bumping some. You see them teeter back and forth, but they don't fall. Just dust. You bump you bump into one stack, and just a pile of dust just rises into the air like a little mushroom cloud. There's just so much disuse here. And as you get closer to the light, it starts to glow brighter, and you see a little gnome sitting on a stool next to another stack of books, and he's got one tome open, and he's just studiously looking through it.
Hey, knock knock.
Oh, hi.
I know. Sneaking
hello?
up.
Why are you here? What are you doing? Go away.
Why is this not a place of business?
Of course it's a place of business. It's my store. Because you can't have my books. They're all mine. Go away. Welcome to the store.
Hi. You don't want to sell a book to me?
What sort of book do you want?
I need an empty book. I need a book with nothing in it.
What use is an empty book? It's like your head. What use is it?
What'd you say?
I said an empty book is like an empty head, like yours. What use is it?
My head's empty. Is that what you said? I just wanted
Well,
to make
you're
sure I heard
asking
you.
for an empty book, of course. You must be a doofus. Books with no words in it are worthless.
Are they?
Yes.
So if I bought a book with no words in it, and I filled it with words, you think it'd still be worthless?
No. If you put words in it, then it becomes worth something.
It does, but you said my
I
head
mean,
is
I
empty,
value
so how
those
would
books.
write
I would give you a
words?
value at that point. But I mean, right
No,
now, an
but-
empty book would be nothing.
Sure. Yeah, no, I get that. But you're saying that my head is empty, so if I wrote words into the book with an empty head, then it wouldn't be worth much, would it? Is what you're saying?
Perhaps the act of filling a book with words would fill your head with words as well.
It's like I want to grab him by the hair and like break his nose. Tempted to do this. Lamont is tempted to grab him by the scruff of his hair and hit him in the desk so hard that it breaks his nose right away. And has like a moment where he visualizes himself doing that and like doesn't do it. Like, okay.
He
So
waves
look.
his hand, and more light just rises from the entire building. The entire building, the floor that you're on, is blazed and filled with blue light. It's like, why do you want an empty book?
I don't write it in. I'm having a manic depressive episode, and I need to write my life story down immediately before I do something final. So you were the first place that I saw. Am I in the right place to buy I'm in the rain a lot. I'm travel a lot, so it can't be like some big thing that's chained to me, like some kind of monk wandering around the monastery all day. I need something lean and mean that I could travel with, weatherproof, with
talk a
enough
lot.
room. Huh?
You talk a lot. You just want a book. Did you say I want a book? I want to write a biography, an autobiography, even.
That's what I
And
said
then
before. You refused to sell me one.
No, you just wanted an empty book. I mean, look, hold on, and he just disappears. Like literally, he's sitting on the step. He waves his hand. He disappears. And then you hear a little patter of feet coming from behind you, and he runs up, and he's got a leather-bound book. Here,
Uh-huh.
I tore some pages out of it. I'm keeping those. I'll bind them in another book, but you can have this one. But you have to promise something.
Well, what is that? What? Okay, we'll get back to the pages thing. What do you want me to promise?
That you will bring me back your finished manuscript. It will be worth something then. And if you're as crazy as I think you are, it could be a very fun book.
It's like a private, like a diary. What makes you think I'm publishing?
Okay, I get first right of refusal. How about that?
Well, we haven't had lunch or anything. You don't know where I'm coming from creatively.
I think, look, I'm paying for prospect. You're crazy. I like crazy.
If this gets huge and you're first in, I don't know who you are, or what you've done.
All right, so you go
Who you
from
know in
not
the
selling it
industry?
all because it's a private and personal book, but now you're talking about like licensing fees?
I mean, we're talking global saturation and brand awareness that could be. I mean, we could take this all the way, frankly. It shakes the very origins of life itself once you're done with it. But that's why I'm holding on to it. That's why I'm so protective of what this could become. Do you understand? It's a big deal. And it's still unfolding. That's the other thing, is that it's very prescient because it's actually unfolding in real time. So there's almost a like a journalism documentary angle to what
If
this
you
is going to
write half as many words as you speak, I'm going to need to get you 6 more books.
Yeah, probably. I've got a lot rolling around. All right, fine. You talked me into it. Just give me that one.
Here.
And you have your. All right. You got a pen? Let me see. I don't think I have like a writing utensil, some kind.
Hold on. He walks back,
Something.
grabs a little feather. It's a quill. Doesn't hand you
Nice.
any ink though.
Like, what am I supposed to use my own?
Yeah,
my own
no,
waste?
no, just write. It's fine.
Or tries to write his name on the inside cover.
Perfect ink. Writes like there's.
Oh, that's a hell of a thing. Look at that.
Aye.
It's
mine. I made it. It's really neat. I probably should sell them, but I like books better.
Yeah. Well, in another life, I'm just collecting left and right. Problem is, I got nowhere to put them right now. But man, I'm a hoarder by nature, so I'm a mess. I save
know the
everything.
feeling.
Listen, I'm Lamont Quinlan, and who am I got the pleasure of doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Mr. Lyle, and this is Emerster's Tomes.
Mr. Lyle.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Quinlan.
Yeah. Yeah, you too. Listen, this has been a big help. And if you tell anybody about this, I'm going to come back here and you and me are going to have a very serious talk.
Look, it seems like everything you say is a serious talk, so it's just a conversation.
No, it'll be
just a
conversation.
seriously,
But I swear to God, if you tell anybody I was here or that we talked about this.
Why would I
I'll
tell
come back
anyone
here.
other than I had a crazy guy come to a store looking for an empty book? It'll be a laugh.
Sure. All right. That's fine. I'm trying to smile today. Okay.
You may want to wrap that in something. It's really rainy out there, and those books don't do well in the rain.
They don't.
Maybe oiled leather, something like that. Up to you.
Well, what, you got something? What do you? Okay, I'll figure something out. All right, thank you.
Have a nice day.
Blow out of there, and disappear into the rainy city.
Okay. Do you have any particular place you're going?
I'm going to go back to a rooftop near the Tower of Inspired Hands.
Okay. All right. So you'll find one of those easily, and you're used to climbing the roofs of this town, so it's no problem for you. So we shall return now to Wendell and Igor as they arrive in front of the Gray Skull Shadow Inn.
Master,
Yes.
do you need any more candles?
No, I should have enough here. We are going to just walk in, act as if nothing strange has happened, but if you see anything suspicious, Igor, let me know.
I will do that, most definitely.
Subtly,
for suspicion.
subtly and quietly let me know.
You know him so well. Very well, Master. Very subtle.
And quiet.
Has Igor ever seen Wendell do a ritual before? I don't know if he has.
I'm sure you've seen him attempt a lot of rituals. And then,
Or sure, is it going to be like that time with the cat and the turtle?
no, it's going to be nothing like that time with the cat and the turtle.
Okay.
This ritual
was
is
a lot
much
better.
simpler. And secret.
As you guys are waiting in the carriage, talking about what's about to happen, you see a number of people going in and out of the front door of the Gray Skull Shadow Inn. It seems like the tavern is doing quite a brisk business today.
Good. All right. We're going to walk in and pretend nothing has happened. And I'll step out of the carriage, and walk in.
Eagle will dutifully follow and get the front door from Monster, letting him come in, being very respectful as a butler, but very loudly be like, nothing abnormal here. Hello, normal people. We are not
Igor,
abnormal.
shush! Mentally, shush! Shush! Just telepathically shushing him.
Almost all the tables in the dining area are full, as they would be. The den of a busy and happy establishment surrounds you. Behind the bar is Owen Neal, the 40-something human with dark hair and eyes, wearing the standard white puffy shirt and black pants of the staff. He's the normal day bar. He kind of just nods to you and calls. You hear him call back to the back. Reagan, they're here. Then you see, after a few moments,
Just have my handkerchief, like almost like, oh yes, the rain, just in case.
you see the well-dressed, red-skinned tiefling Reagan, who's been your seneschal almost
Yes.
for this establishment, come running out, looking a little bit concerned. And he comes up to you and he's like, we should go inside the room. Let's go to your.
Yes.
We'll go back there, please. Come.
Master.
What?
He's very suspicious.
Thank you, Igor. Carry on.
Master, I'll do my best.
And I'll go into the room quickly and quietly.
Do you let Igor come with you?
Yeah. For this, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing a ritual
Alright.
right now.
You step into your private dining area. It looks the same as you left it. You have the head of the wormling still mounted on the wall
Yes,
across
I
from the
missed
table.
that.
Both of you walk inside, and he walks in behind you and closes the doors behind. And he's like, "Oh, it is so good to see you both. I was beginning to get worried. We've had no conversation at all."
The others
what
haven't
is-
been by.
No,
Oh.
I've had contact on occasion with Howl, letting them know that it's been safe here, but beyond that, I thought you were all together.
Oh no, I go off quite frequently for business, horse and feather affairs.
Oh, you need to keep me informed so that I can keep you informed of the information that I acquire. It's been quite harrowing recently. There's a
Has it? And I go to pull out my book to take notes and please.
a little bit of dust and a couple scales fall to the ground.
And I just you go pick these up.
Okay, Master. And he's keeping his eye on this guy the whole
Yeah.
time. Not
And I think I just pull out like a napkin and a pen. I go, please tell me more.
Yes. Well, where to begin? There's been a schism in the clasp.
Oh.
It seems that the previous owner here, Bilby,
Yes. I recall him.
he made a power play. And everything's kind of up in the air.
See. So it's
Oh,
a pretty even. Wait a moment. Yes, Igor.
It's awfully suspicious what he just said.
That's why I'm taking notes. Just
Oh,
Reagan looks at
You're
Igor
so
and looks at you.
so crafty, Master.
Are you sure
I-
everything's okay?
Everything is normal. We are not abnormal.
and I just look like, oh, Igor. I'm sure Reagan's seen this look
Sweet,
a
sweet,
million times. Like
Mhm.
he's done a bit of. He's done a bit of. What are they called? Penny Dreadfuls recently. He's been very annoyed about everything.
Understood. They're exciting reads, but difficult on those of the.
Master says I'm very inbred.
He just,
It's just like thinking.
we all have our difficulties, Igor. It's understood. We all have our difficulties.
Igor thinks
is
he
it-
said well read, not inbred.
Yeah.
But so far.
Would you say the schism is more 50-50, or is there leaning in
no.
a favor?
No, they made a play, but the established, upstanding
Yes.
part of the clasp is still quite in power. The Spiraling has control of at least most of the city, but Zilliger's group has a bit of power behind it, more so than he should, and it's concerning. Lines have been drawn. I would stay away from the central district.
How do you know all this is going on without being a part of it?
He is a
You
part
are
of it,
very
Igor.
suspicious.
He's
I'm
Oh.
your connection with this clasp. I worked for Bilby when he was here, hated him every minute, and then now you guys have his controlling interest, so I serve you. and I actually like you guys. So
Thank you.
I got my eyes
I'm
on you.
definitely insight checking this though, because Wendell is as paranoid as Igor is pretending to be right now.
okay, go ahead
Igor
and make an
thinks he's
insight
being
roll.
very helpful.
Am I proficient? I am 18.
Okay, with an 18, Reagan is being honest,
Okay.
but he's holding some things back.
Okay.
Holding it back. Do.
Right.
On more happy notes here, the shadow is doing bang up business.
Oh,
It's been
very
been a better month so far.
We need to discuss the food allotment, Master.
Igor, not right now.
He says that, and your stomach growls
I know. I'm
out
just,
loud.
and I've been thinking about food since I walked in and smelled it, but I'm determined to get through this meeting before just eating my weight in food while preparing for the ritual.
You look a bit wan, Master Hassenpfeffer. Should I get one of the girls to bring some
That
food?
would be delightful. I am a bit hungry from my travels.
Well,
A 30-minute carriage
Master,
ride
I
here.
could actually get it for you.
You could have some brought for Igor as well. He's very hungry, so maybe.
Yeah,
extra
just a
helps.
moment. He turns, he kind of opens the door, sticks his head out, and you hear him call for Myrna.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the halfling female girl who works here. You've seen her, but you've not had a lot of contact with her. She's kind of kept out of the loop when dealing with you guys, so you don't know if she's associated directly. You hear him discussing food and drink, and she nods and runs off. And he closes the door behind and goes, so your private space below
Yes.
is secure. We've taken the
Excellent.
liberty of also investing a bit of the extra profits from the facility in strengthening the wards around it.
Wonderful.
Master, what does your facility have wards?
To keep witches away, Igor, continue.
It is much more secure now.
How secure exactly would you say it is? Could you? I'm versed in some areas of magic. Would you say it is hard to detect people down there?
Well, that's one of the basic protections we're adding. It's much more difficult to enter. Most of the entryways have been reinforced. There are automatic spells keyed to each of you that allow you in, allows me in as well. I'm the only person on staff that's allowed in.
All right.
Other than that, I don't know the specifics. I'm sorry.
Of course. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out.
All right. And at that moment, the Myrna comes in with two big platters on one on each shoulder. She slides one down and she spins the other one out, and it's just a heap full of food. I'll be back with the drinks for just a moment, all right?
Thank you. And I just look so genuinely thankful. And then
So as you sit down to grab some food while Reagan continues to fill you in on the day-to-day business, and you stuff your face full of food, let's go check in on Hal. Hal, you're sharpening your moon sword.
Yep.
Just watching the road, you see messengers go by, and you get a little bit of interest, and they just run by. Get some more interest, and they run by. You hear footsteps behind you, and Valletta, the high priestess of the temple, the 7-foot-tall high priestess of the temple, leans down and she goes, "You're back out here again. Is everything a matter?"
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm just waiting for a letter.
Oh, those things can take time.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have anything else to do, so.
I mean, do you not have any interests beyond the sharpening of blades?
I mean, I like fighting.
Not a lot of that here.
No. Yeah, y'all are pretty hand
Tame.
stuff. Yeah, sure. That's not the word I was going for. I was gonna say like mind smart, but
Mind smart. Oh yes. Well, we have a few people who may not be able to live up to that particular description, but they're very good with their hands. Anyone can build and create. Sometimes it's good to just lose yourself in the process of making. It helps you focus on what's important. You lose yourself for a little while and you come back with a better understanding of what you were looking for.
that's how I feel about fighting. You just punch the shit out of somebody, and then like when you're done, you're like, oh yeah, that's what I need to do.
Have you ever tried hitting metal? You get a big hammer, you heat it up, and then you hammer it into submission. I mean, that's how these weapons of yours are made.
True. No, I've never tried that. I mean, I guess that makes sense that somebody's got to make weapons.
Yes, they don't just grow on trees.
That'd be cool though. If you just came across a tree and there was a bunch of like swords and axes hanging from it.
It really would.
I'd
really would.
want to see that tree.
I'd wonder how they got there, though.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Okay.
You stand at me. Well, if you're ever interested in learning to use your hands for more than killing, I'd be more than happy to show you a few people that could teach you some things.
Sure. Are you busy now?
No. Would you like to join me?
Yeah, why not? And I'll stand up and put my sword away and put my whetstone away and okay.
She leads you back into through the temple to an area you haven't gone to, kind of an annex on the side. And as you get closer, you hear a lot of clanging, the sound of roaring fires and metal being banged against metal. You get closer, it gets warmer, and sooner or later, you find yourself in front of what looks to be a smithy. You've seen these before. You've never really stopped by. When you picked up got some repair work done on some of your own weapons, you've gone to smiths, but this is a much more refined area, larger area than you're accustomed to, and there's several people working there. She goes, well, I'll introduce you to Evan. Evan is a dwarf of quite skilled hands. He can create a lot of things, but he keeps burning his beard in the furnace, and you know how dwarves are when their beards get short. They get grumpy, and well, you two remind me a lot of each other.
But I'm not a dwarf.
I believe possibly in another life you might have been. Maybe.
I guess. I don't know.
It's quite possible. I'll let him know you're here, and he'll come over to you in a moment.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
great. Just wait here. And you see her walk into the middle of this mass of people working. Let's check on Harlan while you're waiting to meet with Evan.
Right. I'll finish up that scroll, and I want to go. Basically, I there's like a donation box around, right?
Yes. There's a donation box in the main gallery.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the main gallery,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to add 5 platinum to it, and just say, "Please excuse our mess and loudness."
Yeah, you drop the money in there, and it seems to echo louder when it hits the bottom of the box. And you feel like your apology has been accepted.
Yes, very good. Then I suppose I'll go clean something.
Okay, what do you plan on cleaning?
I don't know.
Just something random, like you find something dirty in the temple and you go clean it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Give me an investigation. Let's see what kind of smut you can find in this place. Yes, there is. A 15. Well, there's dirt everywhere. This seems to be a place that cleanliness is not so close to godliness here in this particular temple where they make things. There's a fine layer of like metal shavings in different places. The corners have, they're not dust bunnies, they're rust bunnies in corners.
That could be
pretty much anywhere you look, you can find something to clean.
Yes. I'll just start. And
Okay.
never finish.
Okay. As you've been cleaning for a little while, you turn and you see Valletta and Hal walking back the way you came, deeper into the temple together.
Where are you two off to?
Oh, hey, Harlan. What you doing?
Oh, just trying to clean up a bit around here. We seem to cause more problems for these people than we should.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah. And we're gonna go bang metal. Do you want to come with?
Yes, perhaps watching you do that might prevent an accident. I will happily come watch you, yes.
Sure. All right, thanks.
I was really
Okay,
convinced
so-
you were going to say, we're just going to go down here and bang. And then you said metal. There was a pause there, though.
I considered it when I was like, Hal wouldn't say that though.
You know what they're talking about.
So a little bit of a retroactive adjustment there. Harlan tags along, and so Harlan and Hal are waiting for Evan, the blacksmith, to come over and explain himself. So while both of them are waiting, we'll go check in with Lamont, who is sitting in the rain on the roof of a building somewhere near the House of Inspired Hands.
All right, Hal needs to be both on a rooftop, but also out of the rain. Okay, we're gonna need a lean-to
You
or
found
some kind of an area to concentrate.
Yeah, you found a space on top of a building that keeps you out of the rain. It's just like it's a point where three buildings come together and their roofs overlap at different heights, creating a little bit of a space about 5 foot square out of the rain. It looks like
Excellent.
there have been people have used this space before to sit. There's a little rolled up blanket. There's a stash of a few things that, like a carved wooden horse, a dull knife, a scrap of old moldy hard bread.
Excellent. Let it pass into legend that this is the room where Lamont Quinlan began to write the book. And he just furiously began. The muse is uncorked 100%, and he begins to fill every available inch of this page with a fevered, wildly intentioned, wildly sincere and rather negative account of everything that has happened since he woke up. But it's all over the place. It's floating naked in the dark with three of him. There's an entire page on Hal where he spills his guts completely about everything he knows about her and the truth as he sees it. And as the camera spins around him and we play Pink Room by Angelo Badalamenti, he's in a dark place and he needs to get it out. And he's gonna be there a while. But he's also kind of like leaning to keep an eye on the front of the museum, and probably notices when Howell disappears off the front porch, and then maybe just gets right back to it.
Okay.
He knows where to go back to. They said they're going back to the Gray Spire Inn or whatever, so he'll make his way back there. Gray Skull Inn. There you go. But he'll make his way back there eventually. But right now he has to sit down and do this, or he has a compulsion to get all this out now.
Okay. All right, so you just lose yourself as Eminem plays in the background, and your book gets written.
No. Angelo Badalamenti, Eminem, Frank.
You know, that's
Give
in
this
your
to me.
that's your
Give this to me.
soundtrack, but this is the movie soundtrack going on as they
Oh.
fade away,
All right.
and you just scribble into
I'll see
your
you in
book
court.
in the rain. Probably. Back to Hal and Harlan, because right now Wendell and Igor are doing so much damage to the food and drink on the table that it literally looks like someone battling. It's a food fight, but it's just between each individual person, and it's a glorious thing, but nothing else is getting done there other than eating and drinking. It's the first time that Igor has ever seen his master eat as much as him.
It's very impressive. I think I'm going to have to start giving him a run for his money and competing against
Exactly,
Monster.
and that's why it's gotten to be such the battle.
How dare you?
It's quite glorious. If it
You
wasn't
have
for
no
the amount of
sense of
calories,
self-control.
it's your stuffing more.
You should talk, Master. All you do is beat people and yell.
Oh, so we're going to come back to that because a little bit of impudence by Igor, but we'll check on that after a bit more of the banging of the metal in the blacksmith. So Hal and Harlan, you're standing there when a short bearded dwarf comes walking over. He's got a hammer in his hand. He's covered in smut and dirt, and just he looks like he's been working really hard. Normal sized dwarf, ruddy skin, brown eyes. Kind of walks up. He's like, Valletta said you want to learn about the blacksmithing. You want to beat some metal.
Yeah.
What about you, tall one?
I'm always up for learning new things.
All right, so you're going to watch, and you're going to. All right, that's fair. You look like you got some strength in you, though. What's your name?
Me?
No, looking at Harlan.
Yes, my name's Harlan.
Harlan. Evan. Yeah, Evan Hammersmith.
Evan.
Hi, I'm Hal.
Hi, Howell. Evan Hammersmith.
Nice to meet you.
Do you have any experience with the metalworking? Any at all?
I can make metal work. Like,
how so?
I'm really good at fighting. I can.
All right. Sorry. They say I keep my mind in the forge too much, and I don't really catch on that quickly. But
I get that.
I can explain to you the science behind it, but I'm.
Now, please stop. Please. You keep that to yourself there, mister. I just know that you heat it up to a certain temperature, you get the color on it the way you want, a certain yellow sheen, and then when you pull it out and quickly you hammer it into submission until it gets to be what you want it to be. And that's about hours of work to make a dagger. I don't need to know about the carbon matrices and all that go into the actual creation and the amount of carbon that goes into this and into the iron to make steel. I don't need to know that because I already do. But I don't want to hear you say it too.
Perhaps with a bit more precision, you might increase the.
Are you trying to tell me my business, boy?
No, of course not. I apologize.
He starts popping his hammer into his hand. It's like, I don't take kindly to questioning my work here.
Harlan's just like super scientific, so he's always trying to make stuff better. He's not necessarily insulting you.
Fine, I was just trying to be imposing. I'm really nice.
Okay.
That's what everyone says.
Oh.
I'm really nice. Don't you forget it.
People say I'm imposing, but I don't think they say I'm nice, so.
You seem fine to me. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is follow me. He takes you over to the into the forge area. There's a furnace going. A couple of the temple children run the bellows, and it's a very simple system, but it keeps an exact temperature. Evan will call out a particular amount, a particular pacing for the bellows, and he'll grab some metal and he puts it in there. And then he's, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I got that hammer there. And he points to a stack of hammers. You just pick whichever one you want.
I'll pick one.
Okay.
Whichever one feels right.
All right. So you grab one that feels good in your hand. It's like, good choice. All right, it's a good one. Might be a little heavy for this work, but who cares? It's your first time. He goes, I'm going to pull this out and put it on the anvil over there, and you're going to just hammer into it. Just keep hitting it until I tell you to stop.
Okay. I can do that.
He pulls out the metal, puts it on the anvil, and just kind of gives you the thumbs up.
All right, I just start whacking away at it.
And Harlan casts a spell.
I just say good luck.
Okay. All right. Just give me a sword attack.
A sword attack?
Yeah. Just you're proficient with martial weapons, and this is a one-handed hammer. So let's see how you do.
Okay. That's a natural 20 for a 27.
Okay. All right. So you go to town on this piece of metal. Like the consistency, the rhythm, it's like you've done this your entire life. And Evan's just sitting there like he's flipping the metal back and forth as you're and he's like, are you sure you've never done this before?
Never.
He puts it back into the heat and he's like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone just jump in there. That was as good as I could do.
I'm sure it's a one-time thing. Beginner's luck, you know.
You sure you've never done this before?
Not in this life.
And the blessing of the all hammers on us then. He's a good god.
Seems pretty chill.
Well, he's got his sights. And so then you guys continue on, and that's what goes on for the next several hours.
Cool.
Just he's showing you tips on how to do this. It is just basic metal shaping.
And
nothing beyond that.
Just every once in a while, just correcting him, being like, you could be more precise here.
After a while, he actually starts to accept some of your suggestions, or at least it seems like he is, but he's very begrudging about it. So we'll leave you guys to the blacksmith's gentle caress of metal, and we'll go over to Wendell and Igor as the plates of food start to dwindle down to small towers of food now.
I get up that easily, Master.
Now the question is,
Like big bell.
did Igor actually say that last remark, or was that an out-of-character snark?
That is a very... I'm wondering about that.
Because that's gonna change this whole conversation.
What Wendell say was in character?
Oh
Or
yes.
Was it?
Oh yes.
It was him.
Yeah. Because Wendell's like, this isn't a competition. You don't have any
think
self-control. You don't.
I think people would see it as a little bit of a competition because you're eating into his food. And you gotten all weird and stuff. So
And I did say you had no self-control, which is true.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
competition time now.
he would just stop like mid-bite. Just turn and look at you. With that look. You know the look. Excuse me, would you like to say that again?
You're just really hungry, Master. Here, have a bite. And he's gonna hand you this.
Wendell is just... It's a bad day for Wendell. He's dealt with so much incompetency by such an early hour of the day, and people forgetting things, and his book being burnt. I think this is the icing on his cake of being done.
I think it was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just says, "You're done here.
What?
Go to your room."
I'm sorry, it's a funny image in my brain. Wendell's also like, Dad, like, you're dad. Go to your room.
Go to your room and think about what you've said. And note how I am not raising my voice, because why? I very rarely do that, due to the fact that it is bad for your vocal cords and I must sound lovely even as I get older. And number two, why would I deign myself to use that energy to hit? No! You're making things up again. Go to your room.
Igor's gonna get mad like a barbarian would, and he's gonna get angry, and he's gonna stand up and look at Wendell and be like, "What is wrong with you, master? You don't eat this much food. You're not right."
I do now. I can eat however much food I want when I want, how I want.
Pause this for just a moment. Wendell, I need a con save. Because you've stopped focusing on eating, and now the fact that you've gorged yourself on food is slowly hitting your body.
Oh, that's much better than my last one, which was a no. This is a 16.
Okay. You feel it kind of rise in your, like, because you're like, go to your, and it just like stops right in the back of your throat. It's right there. But you control it.
You're not right in the head, master. You've gotten so hungry lately.
So what if I have?
It's not normal, Joe.
Well, it's normal now. Go to your room. Think about what you've done.
And what if I refuse?
There will be consequences.
Like what?
Are you going to go to your room, or are you going to find out? Gosh, it's like you're 8 all over again.
I'm gonna sit here until you move me.
Reagan is standing by the door. He says, "Should I leave?"
No,
I'm
They're both like, no.
Can I go to my room right now? Because I'm very uncomfortable.
Right, but I wish to speak to you after the situation is resolved.
Yes, I'll just be here quietly. Sorry.
Yes. Your satchel carrying privileges have been revoked.
You have to come take your satchel from me first.
You have to sleep sometime.
Just lock my door.
Oh, like that will stop me? Oh no, a door.
Will be a no, I'm not gonna say that. Nope, not going down that road. That's not what Igor would say.
Hand over the satchel and go to your room.
Fun, I'm taking this food with me. Grab the satchel and flop it down. That's just gonna grab a handful of food. You can't stop me. He's gonna turn around with a handful of food and head out the door. I'm gonna eat all your food as he's yelling down the hallway, stomping.
There's not more in the kitchen. I just sigh. There's like a vein throbbing in his forehead. And just... Teenagers.
I thought he was older than that.
He's only in his 40s, it's fine.
I'm only in my 40s. You're not in your 40s. He goes, not by much, but developmentally.
Ah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I've filled you in on everything. I can say that the Spiraling has offered support to your endeavors. If it helps him, if it helps you, and if you help him combat Zilliger.
Which endeavors are we speaking about specifically? I have fingers in many pies.
Well, we, and I speak as my organization.
Of course.
We understand that you are hot on the trail of a very specific lost sum of gold. The Spiraling will relinquish all considerations on this gold if you pledge to assist in the rooting out of the cabal associated with with Zilliger.
Zilligan. Very interesting indeed. I'll have to
We-
bring it up with the rest of the group.
We also understand that his association, new associations, are also those of the organization that tried to take your friend Varna Sifa,
Yes.
and that they are a more concerning group for
Quite
the fate of
concerning.
Aman.
Very concerning for the fate of Aman. And just make, the door's closed, I assume, after Igor left.
Yes.
I've heard that the Myriad is about, indeed, also involved with it.
We were not aware of that particular statement. That is very, very concerning. Would you allow me to communicate that to the Spiraling?
Yes.
Are there any proofs that you may pass along? Because that is a very concerning statement. We've heard that they have had some dealings in Stilben and the eastern coasts, but that they had not made their way to Amon recently. If they are here and operating, that could explain a lot.
I believe that I could get my hands on some evidence.
Excellent. Well, I would go communicate this information now.
Yes.
Understand?
Reagan, is there anything else you wanted to tell me? Or group?
What do you mean?
Just information, something you may have slipped your mind. It has been a while since we've been here, especially how.
It's not going as well as we'd like against Zilliger's group. They made an attack on the Spiraling before we knew it nearly killed him, and he's currently recuperating. And he's very angry.
I would imagine
because they
so.
took out his ship.
It was a beautiful ship.
You knew about the ship?
I had dinner with him on the ship.
You knew it was him on the ship?
Oh no, I didn't. That's right. Hal didn't refer it to us afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah. He'll just say, "Oh, I bet it was a beautiful ship."
It was. I used to serve upon it. It was a very nice ship.
Hopefully it
was fun.
Nothing like this other ship I was on recently.
Oh, well. Yeah, I just didn't want to say anything, but I think you should understand the severity of the situation.
Good to know.
The resources of the clasp are available to you, but the power of the clasp has been somewhat diminished recently, and so we are biding our time, and using you could help us.
Right, I shall bring it up at the next group meeting.
Fine. Was there anything else you needed?
Is there any food left on the table?
There's still some plates of food.
Okay.
Sticky buns, breads, some sliced meats.
I think I'll just be putting it all on one plate.
Okay.
No, I'll just be up in my room for about an hour.
Feel free. I'll be down here if you need anything. I'll be sending out messages now.
Excellent. Thank you, Reagan.
It's my pleasure. And he sees you out.
All right, I'll go up to my room and put my snacks down on the table for when I'm done with this ritual, because I'll probably be hungry again by then. And I will start my ritual.
Okay. And as you begin your ritual, let's check in with everyone else. Lamont, the rain is starting to lighten up. Your fugue state is beginning to wind down some. You've written so much in this book. So much so that you feel like you're about to sneeze or cough. The words are going to escape you in some way.
It happened. It didn't happen, so we're good.
What are you doing now?
I was actually about to sneeze, so I thought that's what you were talking about. So
Okay.
anyway, no, Lamont lets out a huge sneeze, and slaps the book shut, and has a mild headache, and does like the clasp or whatever, on it.
Okay.
And tucks it into his coat. He's got like a pocket. You got that pocket there at the low part of the coat there.
Yeah, you had those specifically put in there. You like having things inside your jacket.
You're damn right. And then begins the ultimate daredevil clearing the city rooftops like an Olympic gymnast, shooting the city under his feet. He is its master, and he begins to, pretty much regardless of how far away it is, I begin to make my way full tilt boogie to the Gray Skull Inn.
The Gray Skull Shadow Inn. You do know that at some point there will be a large city wall in your way.
Well, at that point, I will descend and go through a door. Is there a way?
There's a gateway.
A gateway.
It's a large entryway into the city.
Okay. Well,
guarded by many guards.
Oh. Okay. Is there a specific? Am I wanted by the local?
You do know that at one point there was a group of guards that were interested in your arrest, but you found out since then that is a small subset of the guard overall.
Okay.
But the guards in question that were looking for you were, in fact, members of the Clockwork Council under the husband of the woman who ran the Brass Hand.
Husband of the woman who ran the Brass Hand. Okay. All right. So what the option is to try my luck at the gate, or maybe I could like get a cab through it, like hide in a vehicle of some kind, maybe?
Yes.
What are my options?
Walking right through could happen.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up to you. However you'd like to traverse the...
Yeah. I could hide in plain sight. What time of day is it? It's afternoon, evening, right? No,
this is hours. Yeah, we're in the early to later part of the evening now.
Okay. All right. Well, he chews the rooftops for a while.
Okay.
And then as he gets near the wall, leaps down and attempts to hide in plain sight and blend in and go through. And the whole time just like furiously thinking about what he's going to do once he gets there.
Okay. Now you say you're hiding in plain sight and try and work your way through. Yeah. How are you doing that exactly?
I'm got the hood up, got the head down. I'm keeping an eye out. I'm looking around. I'm hiding behind stuff. I'm standing behind the tall guy,
Okay.
I'm solid snaking through the crowd right now.
You notice as you get closer that the only people they're really talking to are the ones coming into the city, that those exiting the city aren't even being looked at. So you have no problem making your way out of the city.
Excellent. Well, I once I get, far enough away, I break back into it's like without even making a big deal out of it, just like start running a little faster, and then he's completely back at it, and he's swinging up fire escapes and pulling on cables and parkouring all over the place. Doing the thing where you're bouncing on both sides of the wall so you can get up there,
Takes you no time at all to get, you see from the rooftops, the shadow of the large stone edifice of Greyskull Keep. And you know there, beside it, is the Greyskull Shadow Inn.
Excellent. I leap towards it. With
Warm
much
light
joy.
pours from all the windows. The doors open regularly as people come in and out. You slip on the roof and catch yourself as you knock several things off.
No.
But you catch yourself and find yourself in front of the Greyskull Shadow Inn.
Okay, here we go. All right, so I want to then, do a backflip, land perfectly,
Okay.
and then make my way to the secret door, right? There was a No, I'll just go through the front. I mean,
Okay.
there's no reason not to, just stroll right through the front door.
Okay.
Like I own the place, which
You do.
I do.
You walk in, and there behind the bar is the young face of Roger Roget. He's looking at you, goes like, of all the ones to come back. Hello, Master Quinlan.
Which one are you?
I am Roger Roget.
Right. All right. Mr. Roger Rose, I need a glass of ice cold milk. I need a 2 pencils. I need at least 10 coat hangers.
Pencil.
I need a pack. I'm
not sure what the pencil is. I can get you a quill or something. Is it a writing implement that you're asking?
Yeah. Well, is there like a business center basically I could write? I need index cards. I need
of these magical implements. I'm not sure what you're speaking of. I'm very
paper.
confused.
It's paper, Roger. It's paper. It's paper.
Well,
I need paper and lots of it.
You need parchments. Excellent. I can get you parchment
and wire hangers.
What wire hangers?
Hangers. HAN. Just get it on there. Have it sent up to the room. I
only know I use wood mostly, and most of the hangers in the facility are wood, but I'm sure we can send someone out to try and find this wire hanger. Seems like a waste of metal.
All right, you know what? Scratch the whole hanger thing. I need the milk and I need the index cards. Okay, let's just start with that, and I'll let you know. And I need towels. I need extra towels.
There are towels in your room, sir.
No, I need extra towels, Roger.
There are towels in your room.
More towels than are in the room now. Because
how do you know how many towels are in your room?
Because I'm out in front of it, Roger. Okay.
No, you're standing at the bar, sir.
I'm glad to be back. Okay.
We're glad to have you back, sir. Grace. It's been so long.
Stone Shadow. So
here's your milk, sir.
Thank you. And he crushes it, and the whole thing is falling down. He just absolutely annihilates this thing, and then slaps it back down with his hand over it. Which one is the My room is this way, right?
4th floor, sir.
Is the kitchen closed? Did I miss?
No, sir.
No? Excellent. I'll have
dinner is still being served. Would you like to take dinner in the private dining room?
Yes. I'll be in 15 minutes.
Your food will be there, sir.
Reservations for an L. Quinlan.
So it's your private dining room.
You're goddamn right it is. And he walks to his room and slams the door really hard behind him, and then begins to furiously look for the secret entrance down to the secret lair, right?
Right.
You goddamn right.
Wendell's been upstairs probably for the end of your ritual is coming up. Okay. So there's no candles. There's no light in your room at all. But you like the darkness because you are he who stalks the night. So as you head to the back of your armoire, where you know that the entrance to the ladder, the secret door to the space with the ladder down to the secret room is located, we're going to cut over quickly to Howl and Harlan. How you're still using your natural 20 right at this point. You're hammering this metal. You've gone through several different ones. He's actually got a really intricate, he calls it a certain type of metal. Calls it Damascus. You don't know what that means, but it's a folded bit of metal. He's been folding it over, and you've been hammering it into shape, and he's been folding and hammering into shape. Harlan has been paying very close attention.
Hal, it is a very fine weapon. Would you allow me the chance or the attempt to magically imbue it?
Devin's like, whoa, now. What you asking to do here? You want to magically? I've never heard of anyone imbuing in this state before.
Well, I mean, like, because I have a sword that glows, and it's a little bit magic.
I know there's magic weapons and whatnot, but normally you make a fine weapon and then you imbue it with the magic afterwards. You're talking about infusing the magic into it during the smithing process.
Yeah, don't you think it'd be a stronger enchantment then?
Yeah.
Well,
That's just right before quenching.
Never tried it like that. I was fine if you're up for it, Hal. You've been doing a bang-up job today.
Yeah.
So, all right. What do you need there, Mr. Harlan, sir?
Well, I just need to know right before you quench the sword. I shall cast my spell, and hopefully the quench will hold the spell within the sword.
I've got some concerns about that. How about this? Why don't you, while she's banging out the last of the metal here, before we finally shape it, why don't you channel your magic into it while she's shaping it, so that way it's imbued in with the matrices of the carbon? Mr. Smarty Pants.
I mean, that sounds super technical.
Yeah. It may be a superior way.
The only way to know is to try, right?
I will attempt this.
Okay.
Cool.
So what happens here is that he's heating the metal, brings it out. It's been folded. You've probably done 100 folds now. It's been ridiculous, but it's time to start shaping it out. And so he pulls it out and you start hammering the metal. When metal's really hot and you start hammering it, there's a lot of sparks. This is when Harlan starts channeling the magic that he never really quite done it with this particular spell, but you start focusing and just repeating the spell without really releasing it, but focusing the energies into the metal. It starts to kind of reinforce the glow of the metal, and sparks are flying off. The focus is getting in there. How you're kind of drawn into it. It's the first time you've really seen something like this. The heat of the metal is comforting. The glow is like welcoming. You're kind of drawn into it as you're hammering. Harlan, you're just focusing everything in it, and you're kind of drawn into. Like it's hard to see where the metal stops. The two of you begin as this focuses through. So you guys are just working on this. Sweat's pouring down. Sparks are going everywhere. The hammers are banging louder and louder as the magic is infused. It gets louder until it's almost deafening to your ears, but nothing is changing. You can't stop. You're still hammering it out. You can't stop at all. And then at a point where it's almost painful to hear this and to like complete the magical infusion, it all just sort of stops and the blade is drawn out. And there is a what looks to be a rough of a very beautiful long sword that kind of has an inherent glow that shifts in hue regularly. Evan kind of walks over and he's like, I think that worked. I think that really worked.
Fuck yeah, it did.
What were you channeling into that? What spell did you choose?
Oh, just a minor chromatic spell.
Interesting. That's why it's changing hue.
Yes, I was afraid to try something too powerful. This is my first time.
Well, I mean, if you want to come in and do this some more, we could make a lot of money, I think. I've not seen that done ever before. I'll hammer bless us on this one. I bet you I could turn this into a fine weapon. Of course, it'll be yours. It'll be either one of you. It's both of yours. I just need to finish it up. It'll take a couple days probably, but I can grind it up and shape it and put a handle on it. Do you like a longer handle or a shorter?
I mean, I like it. I use 2 hands, so I like it long.
That, of course. All right. Good. All right, fine. I'll get that to work there, and we'll mind the innuendos, and we'll just keep going with the work here. So why don't you two just take the rest of your day off? Did I say something funny here? I have apologized.
Nope.
It's the work. It's the work. You've worked yourself silly almost. All right, just go rest some. You too, sir. That seems to take a lot of energy out of you.
Yes, I think I'll go get something to eat.
Harlan, actually, it will take all of your first level spells to cast that. So you do feel drained. And so...
Meow, meow.
So after that, we'll head back to Wendell before we end the session. You're finishing up. You've been chanting now.
Yep.
Reciting the proper...
There's chalk lines.
words.
There's chalks like what's the word I'm looking for? Like interlocking circles, intricate all over the floor. Runes, some deep speech runes, and then candles just around the perimeter of the outside circle. Chanting.
The form of the book is beginning to coalesce in the air in front of you. It's a bit different now. It's not quite the same. It looks like it's a different material. Not the one you were used to. Still the same energies. And as it fully coalesces at the end of your ritual, your patron speaks to you finally. Wendell, I've returned your tome, as it means so much to both you and I, and our work in this world. But I thought you had...
ever so grateful.
I thought you had more respect for the gifts that I gave you.
Wendell acts as if he's been stabbed in the chest. I have the utmost respect for this book. It is my most valued possession. There was just a very tragic, unfortunate accident at the hands of Lamont earlier today involving that book. And it will not happen again.
I expected not to, Wendell. You've not given me enough souls for the amount of energy expenditure of returning this to you.
I'll get right on it.
Don't disappoint me further. I understand you have your own needs. But the needs of our family are paramount. I don't have this problem with Vint. McKenna has brought me so much. She's still a little angry about the elder brain thing, but...
The what? Pardon me?
It's so powerful now. I just need your plane. I need something similar.
Working on it. I don't think Wendell even knows what an elder brain is. He's like, who are these people?
Perhaps I should focus with some of your minions. Maybe I need more time with them to see if they're more willing to provide the energies necessary.
The Prism of Power is a little behind schedule, but should be after this cult is dealt with. We should be back on track very, very soon.
I'd allow it for now. It is your last warning.
Of course.
I have such high hopes for you, Wendell. Please stop letting me down. and the book falls from the air. It lands in the middle of the
I
circle.
go to catch it so
you
as to
catch it.
not let it fall, like, because that would be disrespectful.
His presence is gone, but you hear another voice laughing in the back of your head.
Shut up. And how is my book different?
It's a different material.
Ooh.
It's a bit smoother than the last bestial.
I imagine that book that he
leather.
had was the one he found in his family's attic. It's
Mhm.
really ancient, barely held together.
This one is new. It is gilded.
It does cat.
It is a nice book. You can describe it to us once you decide. But it
Yes.
is new. It is gilded. It is larger. It can hold more information. It is a tome almost. But as Wendell caresses his book, like the wife he's never known, we'll end the session there. I had to get one more shot at old Wendell. We'll end it there. We're running over a little bit. We had some things to get through there. Everybody went different directions
Gotta
today.
find
so
some orphans.
I wanted to give everyone a little chance. So we're going to go around, chat with everyone about what they thought about tonight, what their favorite parts were, and we'll go from there. So let's start with the man who just returned, Lamont Quinlan, who has been in a fugue state all night, writing furiously.
Yes, my Hemingway period has begun with this character, and this was another really good one, and we're on a really cool trajectory here for some awesome games. I have a note here, Harlan. I'm gonna go clean something. That's what I have written down. Anyway, we're entering our like super comic book phase with this character, and I can't wait for the next two games because it's time for some big super villainry going on. So don't miss it. I'm producer Trav. We played Aliens on Friday, and it was badass, and I can't stop thinking about it. It was rock and roll. We got some really cool stuff coming up in the game. It's something special, so I'm enjoying it, and this is going great. And Elam took a week off last week, and I don't know what happened, so tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Yep.
I don't have bronchitis.
Don't worry, you're sleeping in game, so you'll be just as knowledgeable as your character.
Of course he is. Of course he is. So that's and that's a joke I'll never get tired of. So yeah, I produce WebDM this week. We're going to talk about the OSR. So I really need to do some editing, and I just really appreciate this. So it's good times. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, good times indeed. And speaking of having a good time tonight, let's check in with Hal.
Hi, I'm Nugatosaurus to play Hal the Shifter Fighter. Tomorrow night I'll be playing Ember of Venastra in our Mr. Ravenloft game that Lindy DMs. Yes, Ember of Venastra. I play Violet, the synthetic human, in our Friday night games, and I'll be playing a new character if we ever get our Expanse game off the ground.
We
Schedules,
will.
man. Schedules.
It's the hardest part.
Yeah. Which I'm excited for it. I'm actually in the process of finishing season 4 of The Expanse, and I love it.
So good.
It's fantastic. You can find me here Mondays, Tuesdays, the occasional Friday. That's about it right now. Got a lot going on. But my favorite part, I actually have two favorite parts. The icing on the cake, I think, tonight was Igor's defiance of Wendell. That just cracked me up, and I thought it was a long time coming, so that made me laugh. And then my second favorite part was the forging with Harlan. That was like fantastic. I love that. Hal and Harlan making some lethal weapons. It'll be interesting to see what we do with that in the future. So yeah, that's me. See you next week.
All right. Yeah, I was excited about that. It's the second time we've got to do that on a Monday, the forging scene. So I'm learning a lot about blacksmithing now because of my players. But speaking of players that like to blacksmith, Harlan Flipluke?
Yeah, I suppose. Oh boy, D20 coup de grace. Find me playing here, and here tomorrow. Let's see. I also enjoyed the forging of the weapon and just the craziness of the battle scene. Just like I just picture Harlan just standing perfectly still as just chaos is erupting around him. And oh man, it was just great. Yeah.
All right, thanks. Yeah, no, I see that scene too. It's like when you see the slow motion of the one person standing still and the explosions going off all around them, like all chaos, and they're just like calmly just, why am I here? That was my image of Harlan during that entire scene. Speaking of chaos incarnate, let's check in with Igor. How was the food tonight, Igor?
Oh, good, except Master ruined me appetite. Being all weird and hungry, it's finally come to a head and I need to express my frustration that Master's not the same person. He's not the man I once knew.
Because he has an appetite now?
Yeah, exactly. There's not enough food in the world for the two of us. No, Shiny Pilot playing Igor. That was fun. Yeah, had a good time. Find me here on Left Left these channels Mondays, Tuesdays. So I'll be here tomorrow with these wonderful people to play. And also see, I guess, favorite part of the game. I kind of like the fight with the gravy going everywhere, the flames, and the other shenanigans going on. The forging was really cool too, but I think that part was my favorite. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for having me play as always. It was fun, and I look forward to seeing what we do with Wendell and Igor. We'll figure this out.
As do I. That was something I did not expect this evening. As is going to Grayskull Shadow Keep, or Grayskull Shadow Inn. I didn't expect you guys to go back there, so that was nice.
Going back there if my book got ruined.
I'm really wondering if you're just going to totally ignore Harlan's be back at 12 thing.
It's getting close.
I might go down to the safe room and see if it's warded.
Find out next week. So, but I'll go ahead and say my goodbyes. I'm at Deception Check. I play the Dungeon Master on Monday nights. I play Merrick Tenpenny on Tuesdays, and I play Hank Granger on Fridays when we get the chance to play. And love that game. Producer Trav is an amazing GM. Let me just put that out there. When it comes to aliens, he's bang on. It's great. Also, GMing expands when we ever find a day that works and make it work. So it will happen when it happens, if it happens. Favorite part tonight. I really had fun with the blacksmith thing. I had an image in my head I wanted to try and convey, and that was good. I thought the fight was a lot of fun. It moved relatively quickly, and it was over in a flash. So it was kind of a lot of fun with that. Kind of silly, kind of goofy. And I liked what Lamont did tonight. I liked introducing him to the Tomes Master there. That went well. I think so. I had a good time. Thanks for playing, everyone.
I have a feeling Harlan knows him and is normally very annoyed by him.
Yes, I would imagine so. I would imagine so.
That was my favorite part. I want to change my thing. That was my favorite part.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to pass it on to Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassenpfeffer IV of the Haversham Hassenpfeffers. And I did that from memory because it's not in Zoom tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
It wears off. Well, rubs off on you after a while. My favorite part, before I forget, was Harlan saying something along the lines of, "I've never seen such chaos and mess, and I lived with goblins." That tickled me. Something fierce. That and our just apparent inability to get away from innuendos tonight. Like, just... And Lamont pestering Wendell, I thought that was fantastic, and Wendell trying to be like, well, if you want to know, join the Prism of Power. Can't say I'm not trying to recruit. Wendell's trying pretty hard.
That's great.
Maybe he'll wear you guys down eventually. Maybe he'll get Lamont. That could be interesting. We'll see. If not, there's always potentially Nikolai Yates, who we need to have back again soon, I think. I think maybe we can get him in on the heist. That could be fun. Could be fun. Have another guest. But anyways, yeah, that was super duper fun. Favorite parts were those. I have my book back. You can find us here every Monday and Tuesday, pretty much. Me being out of town being pretty much the only exception from when we're not playing. Or if the DM is desperately ill. We also just had our Aliens, our Friday night show, once a month. Maybe twice a month coming up soon in the future. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Depends on schedules. Scheduling is the hardest part of any tabletop RPG, which means the Expanse is still happening, but dang it, schedules. So, but we do have a scheduled day for our Teenagers from Outer Space, which will be on the 22nd, so not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be our Valentine's Day episode, so you should definitely check it out. And also, I guarantee y'all don't want to miss tomorrow night's Mists of Ravenloft episode. There are some super cool monsters from the Tome of Beasts, which I have laying around here somewhere, because it's awesome. Here it is. Right here. There's some really cool desert monsters, and I have all these bookmarks. Little happy kitty cat bookmarks. So, let's tune in for that tomorrow. Maybe some, heartstrings being pulled, people crying. I don't know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. But yeah. Check it out. It's going to be great. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope everyone has a very pleasant and lovely week, and we will catch you all later.